Ay, 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 guys. Oh my god. Here is a hot topic, is vanilla versus BFA. Which one is better? Now, what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to actually write down the comments below of what you think is better, and I want you to go through the through your head. I want you to pause the video, go through your head, and actually make a decision in your own mind what you think is better, and then you can unpause it and then listen to it and see if I change your mind on anything you disagree or agree on. And you know, let's just have a little discussion here. So vanilla versus BFA. Let's first go over the vanilla pros and cons. So vanilla did a really good job on professions and making gold have a lot more value because of professions. You're able to build literally the best gear that you have for literally the rest of the expansion or the vanilla classic, well, whatever you want to call it, throughout the entire game. For that entire game, you'll have the best helm, especially if you're warriors. You can have a devil sword, pants and gloves, I think, or something like that. Some really good pre-best in slot gear. So gold holds a lot of value in gear, which is a thing that it seems to be missing in BFA. We'll touch more into that later. Leveling is way more rewarding in classic than it is in BFA, and it's a lot more fun too. So as you're leveling, you'll be able to notice the progression, the higher mobs hitting you harder, bigger numbers. You have more HP pool, the more intellect you have, the more abilities you're going to get over the time, and the gear progression as well. When you get a piece of gear, you're going to be able to notice it, and it's going to help you out. That's something that BFA tends to lack a lot. And one of the biggest final things that I really enjoy about vanilla is epics are actually epic. You don't see epics going around like crazy. You're not getting them just by playing the game simply. You get them by actually doing raids, and that's pretty much the only way, besides professions, to get epics. So it's very hard, very rare to get one. So you're in a raid with 40 people, and the boss only drops 2 to 3 pieces of loot per boss, and there's only fucking 8 to 10 bosses in a raid, I think, in MC. I'm not sure, but there's not enough loot to go around to everyone. So only very few people are going to be able to get loot. So if you're a tank, healer, or something that's a valuable an asset to the raid, you're probably most likely going to get loot. If you're a mage or warlock and you're a dime a dozen, good luck to getting gear. Time for the cons of vanilla. This is a huge con that I had a problem with. At first, I was like, this is pretty cool, but I didn't realize how big of a time sinker vanilla was when it comes to leveling. Pretty much 90% of the content of vanilla WoW so far has been leveling. Leveling has been literally 90% of the content for me. It's been what I spent most of my time doing. It took me about 12 days to get to that level, and I have 16 days total played, and the last 4 are just, you know, getting my pre-best in slot and raiding a little bit when I can. So that's what you're going to be doing most of the time of that character, unless you're going to play a ridiculous amount of time after. But here's another con. In vanilla, there's not enough content. There's just simply not enough to do. You can get your pre-best in slot, even that doesn't take a while. That could take a couple days, and then you go raiding, and then that's pretty much it. You can go rep grind, but that doesn't take too long. There's just simply not enough content. And that's what BFA does really well in. And we're going to go more into that again. Number 3 for con, and this is also, these cons are freaking pretty big to me, man. They're a pretty big deal. Phase 3. Phase 3 does not come out for another few months. And vanilla has been out already for, how long? 3 months? Has it been out for 3 months? Vanilla has been out for 3 months. Phase 2's finally come out. So it's going to be maybe another 3 months until Phase 3 is going to come out, which is going to add BGs and another rating. So you get a decent amount of content, but not a whole lot, and it's taking way too long. Way too long to come out. I wish Phase 3 was actually Phase 2, or at least if they added BGs coming out in Phase 2, that would make me a lot more happier. But there's just simply nothing to do right now. I log in, I do my raids, I log out, and wait until next week. That's what I do. And another huge con is that some classes complete and utter counters. There's nothing a warrior can do versus a mage. There's some items you can do that can help, but that mage should still never lose. He could be the biggest fucking noob you've ever seen, and he will still beat you if you happen to be a warrior. And only that is in vanilla. I've never seen such bigger counters in my life than vanilla. And that's pretty much all the cons and pros of vanilla. I might have missed a few in my opinion, and there's probably a miss in your guys' viewpoint. Again, let me know down below. So BFA, there's a lot of pros. What do you have to do in BFA? You have arenas, pet battles, raids, mythic pluses, item collections, achievements, islands, dare I say. But it's still content nonetheless. It's something to do, something to farm for. You have your Azurite essences gears to go for. You have your weekly chests. Even though a lot of people don't like this stuff, it's still something that we have to work for. Again, vanilla just lacks stuff to work for, and that's a big freaking issue. 2. Class design is way better vanilla. But what is also a pro is also a con as well. Since class design of BFA is better than classic, doesn't mean everything is perfect. There is some cons to the class design. And a con to the class design is there's not a lot of separation between classes. So nothing is really, if you play one class, it feels like you play the next one. And they're not really fun. If you go back to Kata, I think the best time Kata had, I think the best expansion for class design was Kata. A lot of people think Mop, but I disagree with you. I think that was a shitty expansion because every class was, every class, it feels like BFA. Mop feels like BFA. Every class had everything. There wasn't a thing that separated a class from a class, if that makes sense. Another huge con that I'm so tired of seeing in BFA is my bags. My bags are always full with epic loots that literally mean nothing to me, that I end up just disenchanting or vendoring. And you cannot tell me this is like cool. It actually devalues gear out the yin yang. It's just like transmog. Transmog devalues gear. That's another video. Transmog sucks, by the way. Okay, it's just, you just get too much gear and it just, epics don't feel like epics. Like, where are the blues? Where's the greens I'm vendoring? Like, it literally, greens and blues are the new epics, for real. It's not fun. Stop it, Blizzard. I'm hoping next expansion they fix that. And leveling is unfun in BFA. Absolutely the worst thing. At least in vanilla, it was enjoyable. You had a fun experience. It felt like you were actually making progression. Progression feeling is gone in BFA. As you're leveling throughout the BFA, all the mobs stay your level, so you feel no progression. You feel like you're level 1 throughout the whole progression to 120. Like, it's literally that way. It's not fun. Yeah, they made it so you could level in some areas, like the 1 through 60, but again, you're attacking the mobs that always, for some reason, just keep getting stronger and stronger as you get weaker and weaker, because as you're killing those mobs and you're leveling up, means you have to get new gear to replenish just for that level, and every level you go on, you're just gonna have to keep replenishing your gear to keep killing the same mobs at your level. So it's not fun. And this is one of my biggest things, pet peeves about BFA, is like gold feels useless. Gold has more real-life value than in-game value, and that's a huge, huge problem. The fact that you're able to buy coins, like, don't get me wrong, I don't mind being able to spend gold to be able to buy coins to pay for my game time, but it floods the market, by the way, makes it adds inflation to the market, so it's not good and healthy for the game. But also professions just don't mean anything in the game, so therefore devalues gold. You have to spend your gold on something, and spending on real life value stuff like game time is kind of a crappy design. Alright guys, that is it for this video. If you liked my viewpoint or disagree with me, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to comment and subscribe, and hit me up on my Twitch channel. I stream a lot. I stream a lot. I don't stream every single day now, but I stream a lot. Hope to see you guys there.